Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Welcome to the show. It's Monday afternoon. New Nolan Wells audio suggests that he was on the boat with his friends. And let me say, I truly believe now that there is a real cover-up going on here. I may even have to do a conspiracy theory show today. This is kind of crazy. First, let me put respect on Chronicle Speaks on YouTube. For those of you who know her platform, she's a great content creator. She puts boots to the ground, and she does A1 journalism. Chronicle Speaks. 3 days ago, she's the first one who I heard play this audio, and she spoke about how she slowed it down. She suggests that we listen to it in our headphones. TMZ this morning then tried to take credit for the audio, and they spoke about Nolan possibly being on the boat with his friends. So the whole, theory or story that we were told that he stayed on the island was out the window. I have now gone back to TMZ, right? Now TMZ has a new story that says, no. New evidence suggests that he was never on the boat, according to investigators, but they don't present the evidence to us. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is white supremacy, a cover-up, protecting those, who by way of culture have something to hide, something valuable that they don't want to jeopardize and or lose. I got to open up the floodgates today. Members only, but we may have to really explore why this appears to be a cover-up. What's going on down there on Horn Island? Is it some type of, I don't want to talk too crazy because of the algorithms, but is there some type of something going on that island that nobody wants us to know about? Again, TMZ tried to take credit for this new audio that I'm going to play, and we're going to give Chronicle Speaks all her credit. She deserves it. And now, because some investigators contacted TMZ within the last hour, no. He was never on the boat. All right. Also, guys, showrunner David Johnson is the new Black Panther. David Johnson, young man, he's British. He's British. I really enjoyed his acting in the last Alien Romulus film. He played a synthetic life form named Andy. I think it was Andy. And I watched a film last night with him. I think it was called Waste Man. Hang on a second. He was born in 1993. Very young man. Yeah, Waste Man. He was getting his ass kicked in prison. He got punked, and then he wouldn't help his cellmate, who then got beat up. They took his drugs. Waste Man came out in 2025. He's got skills. No ifs, ands, or buts. I want to wait before I give you my comment on whether they should have or shouldn't have chosen a FBA, Foundational Black American, for the new Black Panther. Good afternoon in the live chat. What do you guys think? Oh, you got to chime in. You have to steer the conversation. Don't let me, start talking about this first. The new Black Panther. Do you care? I've been on record and I've said that the film Wakanda is too black for me. I'll be honest with you, just some things I just can't relate to. I've never been to Africa. I would rather eat a glass sandwich than to go to Africa. It's a little too black for me, the film, but I get it. I respect it. Huge, if I'm not mistaken, the biggest box office film in the last decade. Yes, no, maybe. So David Johnson is the new Black Panther. Somebody's going to have to call in and give me the whole backstory. I never cared. And Denzel Washington, he's been asking to be a part of this new Black Panther film, which will be Black Panther #3. Okay. So those are my stories here this afternoon, research edition. Please watch the language when you call in. And I also want to talk about, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. You guys at the speed? Oh, she's now got the doctor in front of her name, and it's official. We have a simp a president, some type of Indiana Southwest Christian University. He did an interview with Mark Lamont Hill. He never met Cheyenne Bryant, never spoke to her. He just sent her a PhD. It's not an honorary PhD. He sent her a PhD. Now, there may or may not be some kickback because, according to his interview that he did with Mark Lamont Hill, and I might play some of that, people pay up to $75,000 for this that type of PhD. You guys up to speed on this particular story? But he just gave one to Cheyenne Bryant, huh? A simp. I saw her video, as some of you did as well, where she's putting on the cap and gown. Is that my camera? Is that my camera? Some type of Netflix, TikTok video. Oh, she's going to be popping her collar now like crazy. Like crazy. Okay. Guys, I want you to call in because I have to be educated on this new Nolan Wells audio. When I first heard it again on Chronicle Speaks, I knew that she does A1 research. She is a journalist. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I knew there would be something, sooner than later with regards to the audio. But I think this is a cover-up. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Okay, let me play the audio from her page. From the very beginning, let's give her all the credit. Chronicle Speaks on YouTube. Phone lines will be open shortly, okay? Just bear with me. Here we go.
About what happened to Nolan.
I'm sorry, guys. Let me start it over. I'm doing a lot here this morning. Hold on. Here we go. Chronicle Speaks.
Well, it seems as though we may finally be getting answers about what happened to Nolan Xavier Wells. The phone call to Cito was released yesterday, and although the caller appeared panicked and focused on keeping the boat from sinking, there seems to be much more happening in the background. If you listen closely, you can seemingly hear passengers calling Nolan's name, even though the public has been told that Nolan never made it back onto the boat. You can also hear what sounds like someone asking whether he is dead and another person telling Wyatt to check his chest. There is so much happening in this call, and what we appear to hear does not match the account Warren gave during his interview. This audio may also help answer several major questions. Why did the group suddenly say they no longer needed assistance? Why did we see them leave the boat launch near Eli Jax's home but never saw them return? And why was there a quick detour involving the allegedly sinking boat after they docked, taking it from Jax's house to Fort Bayou? Investigators, either critical details are being overlooked or the public has not been given the complete story. The audio is already authenticated, and if the background statements that I've interpreted are correct, then we are demanding immediate investigation, clear answers, and several arrests. Let's go.
Connect you.
Cito Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag on
Unless you
here.
have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How
off
many?
the-
All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not.
Okay, somebody in the background said Wyatt. Did you catch that? Wyatt, and they're calling for Bart. You'll hear Bart's name a couple of times, and Wyatt and somebody else. But just this guy, he sounds distracted, like he's trying to see what else is going on in the boat as he's talking to her.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
Will, the name Will.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees by 4672.
All right. 4672. All right. And you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
You say, yeah, what?
Yeah, we do not have the VHF radio.
All right. Well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right. It looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right. Is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
Is it aground is the question?
No, we're not aground. We are in
Okay.
17 foot of water. We're in 31 foot of water.
All right. Have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right. Where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou Launch.
All right. How many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board?
Stop right there. That's a great comment. Cameras must not be everywhere. Yeah, where is the footage from, young people who live in the goddamn Matrix? You mean nobody's filming on the boat? Nobody's filming this? We can't get some type of evidence, if you will? Hold on.
How many adults, sir? That was the question. Hello, can you hear me?
Better jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hang on. He said Bart. And then there was another name. Hold on, guys.
All right, have to ask. What do you want to do? Do you want to be towed back?
I want to get this boat unsank and towed back, yes.
All right, where would you like it towed to, sir?
You can tow it to Ocean Springs Harbor or Fort Bayou Launch.
Is that a black woman talking? I say that with all due respect. She's very, very patient and accommodating.
All right, how many adults and children on board?
No, there's no children.
So is there anybody on board? How many adults, sir? That was the question.
Warren. Okay, Warren.
Hello,
Bart,
can you hear me?
Wyatt.
Better jump in and pull the plug, Bart, while you're going.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yep, I just need you to answer these questions so I can get you over to the captain.
Okay.
How many
what's
adults
going
on board?
There's 0 adults on board.
There's nobody on board the boat?
No. Nobody
right.
here is over the age of 21.
Sir, that was not the question. Is there a person? Is there a person, a living individual on the boat?
What? He doesn't understand.
Hello?
Is there a living person, someone breathing on the boat? Is there anybody on the boat?
Yes, there's lots of people breathing on the boat.
All right, how many people, sir?
Like 7.
All right, thank you. Does everyone have life jackets on or available to them?
Yes, we have life jackets available.
All right, verify what boat's sinking.
Stop right there. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Q face 5577. He sounds annoyed with her. I'm not going to accuse him of being racist, but he sounds like, hey, can you just send some help? You know, you're doing a lot, lady. There's another comment here that I really thought was a good one. Now, guys, I forget, but did he denounce that Bart was on the boat? Yeah, Warren sat down with Officer Tatum, and Warren kept saying Bart. And they've called Bart's name 4 times so far in this audio. Hold on.
A Triton, 22-foot offshore, 22-foot Triton offshore sea flight hull.
All right. All right. Please hold. I'm transferring you to the local captain now.
Okay, thank you.
This is Captain Seth.
Hi, Captain Seth. This is Vicky from International. How you doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Good, good. I apologize ahead of time. I really do. You're going to have a fee-for-service come up under Jerry.
Okay.
It sounds like a bunch of kids on board on Horn Island. He's letting me know that his father's a member, but he can't give me any information. And he's saying the boat is sinking, and he's on Horn Island. It's just unfortunate. He's just a kid. There's a lot going on. So
Right.
he said there's about a lot of people on board. He says he thinks about 7. I'm guessing they're all under 18.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to be rude. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in.
Do you know what kind of boat it is?
He said a Triton 24-footer, but that's all he can give me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just actually got off the phone with his grandpa, who I'm guessing is the owner of the boat.
His grandpa. Did you catch that? Hey, I like that comment on the screen. Riri, pretty 22. No, it's not that he didn't understand. He didn't want to answer how many people were on the boat because he didn't want to count Nolan. Yeah, he was caught off guard. Very, very good comment. Let's continue.
And
Is it
he
Jerry?
said that Jerry. Yeah, he said,
Okay.
I just hung up with him. He said that they don't need any help right now, but if something changes, he'll call me back. So
All right.
I'm guessing that they may have figured it out, because that's what he said. So they're in a panic and their boat won't crank.
Yeah,
Or,
they're in a panic. He's saying the
So-
bilge is not keeping up. I asked for Coast Guard. He said no, but he's just really upset on the back end. And, I get it. It's a
Okay.
kid. He just doesn't understand.
okay, do you still have him on the line?
Yes, I still have him on the line. And, again, I couldn't find
Okay, so is that a confirmation? Vicky is white. The dispatch that's talking right now, she's Caucasian. Vicky? Is she also part of the suppression of what we are in seek of? Evidence. He said everybody on the boat is under 21. Now, the legal age to drink is 21 in most states. Yes, I don't know about Horn Island. Did she ask, is anybody inebriated? Has anybody had too much to drink? Has anybody, done some crank? Anything? I didn't hear none of that from her. They're all on code. They're all in code.
he couldn't give me anything regarding his grandfather's, membership, so it's just under Jerry fee for service.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just talked to, if you want to, we're so tied up right now. We can't really do any non-member jobs right now.
Is Jerry a member? Did you find out if he was a member or not?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's his boat or what. I'm not sure what's going on with it. But yeah, transfer the kid over. I'll talk to him, and then
kid.
And then I'll call his grandpa back as well.
All right. And did you want me to look up Jerry's membership number or anything like that to see if he's up? I know you guys are
You can
swamped.
try this cell phone number.
My main nigga on the trigger, Rory.
Yeah. Yo.
My nigga, what's going on? What's going on, man?
Get that black fish and chips off the screen.
Oh, stop it.
A place for people like, oh, come on.
Come on.
A place for people like me. Like he's the first brother that ever got an award. But, you know, we're 2026. Like he's the one that was the first brother that was ever shucking and driving on the big screen for the white man. Come on, entertaining people. There's a space for people like me. What you mean people like you? People that would have a black guy with a British accent, not impressed. With colonizer accent. This ain't just like that doctor with the blonde hair. The pro-black doctor.
Hold on a second. According to AI Overview, David Johnson, Johnson, is actually from East London, not South London. So where he's from, I've never been there, but correct me if I'm wrong. You travel to the UK and abroad and places like that. East London is known for like a lot of stabbings. Yes, no?
Yeah, I know East London's the hood. I've been to East London since I was a kid.
Okay.
I'm Irish. Half my family lives in London.
Right.
The other half went to New York.
Okay. So maybe that's what he was talking about. Somebody like him, you know, who came from that type of life. He didn't put color into the equation, but I'm not mad at this guy. He's got the chops and the skills. I do have a theory. I'm gonna, put on the table here shortly. But what about Ryan Coogler, who, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he talking that FBA stuff when he put out the movie Sinners? He's FBA, his lineage, and but why didn't he pick an FBA actor for the Black Panther 3? Any thoughts?
Oh, I think it should have been a white actor, a white American actor. I mean, if we could have a black Helena Troy and all these other ridiculous things, it's always one way. It's always a black person or a person of color taking over a white character, a white historical figure. It's never the other way around, So I think it should have been. First off, nobody's going to play as good of a part as Chadwick, R.I.P. But
I disagree. He had a run.
International, if anything, like I said, it should have been a white actor. Be the new Black Panther. Why not? Why not? Let's get crazy. Why not? Helena Troy's black. Nolan Wells got killed by a bunch of lifelong friends that were all white. Let's get into the whole.
Well, that's alleged, and you're speculating. Hold on. Let's stay on this for a second, then we'll come back to Nolan Wells. So he joins a growing list of actors that are not foundational Black American nor African American, and they appear to be, I don't want to say taking jobs, but more of a better selection, if you will, for these Black roles in America. Yes, no?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. No. They come across with a false sense of eloquence, and their accent helps them a lot, especially Black people, people of color, with the English accent when they pronounce it and they do it properly.
Okay.
And no, I don't. I mean, listen. America is leading in everything, whether it's Hollywood, whether it's music, the entertainment industry. No, we definitely don't need to go outside and bring in foreign talent for American concepts. Black Panther, that's an American, that should be always go to an American actor. And the series should always stay in America. It fudges it up. Like the same stuff they do with that Odessa, the movie Odessa. They messed it up with the Black Helena Troy. Why you got to go do that? Mess the whole movie up. Throw the whole thing off.
All right. Can we shift gears for a second? I played some audio, new Nolan Wells audio, and Chronicle Speaks presented that before anybody. TMZ came in, tried to take credit, and I guess some investigators or maybe the district attorney contacted TMZ, and within the last 2 hours, now they're saying, no, he was never on the boat. Any thoughts, Rory?
He was never on the books, you said?
Well, did you hear the audio that I played? Yes, no?
Yeah, I heard the audio. Yeah.
What do you think?
I heard the audio.
What do you think?
I didn't hear
Do you think there's a cover-up? I'm saying white supremacy has reared its ugly head. I'm saying that. Go ahead.
I mean, this thing just keeps getting crazier and crazier. We got no real evidence. It's all circumstantial evidence, and it's all conspiracies at this point. You know, I don't know how long a toxicology report takes. I don't know. You know, they were August harvesting, apparently. And, you know, when they did the second autopsy, and yeah, you know, I don't know. Maybe at this point, yeah, maybe the white boys jumped him, man, but he drowned accidentally or something. You know, somebody said maybe they hit him in the back of the head with one of the paddles or something from the boat, and then he fell overboard. And
what do you think about my theory? What do you think about my theory I presented the other day? Listen, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. You know, I'm a wannabe a homicide detective. You know, what do you think about my theory that he was hanging out with his, you know, associates, if you will? He thought they were his brothers and his friends. And they drunk him under the table, as white boys do. He couldn't hold his liquor. He was only 18. Maybe he passed out, or maybe he liquor poisoning, and he wasn't responding. And then they said, "Whoa, you know, oh my God!" Maybe nobody hit him, nobody beat him to death, but he died. You know, over drinking, and then they got on code and said, "Whoa, I don't want to lose my future over this. Let's just place him in the water." What do you think about that?
I think that's a good possibility. That could be a possibility. I mean, the only reason I say that is because the group would have to stick together in a situation like that. And so far, the group is kind of sticking together. You don't have one or two people coming out of the people that were there saying like something else happened. They're all kind of sticking to the same story.
Yeah.
You know, so they would all be responsible. Like if they knew they were going to spike his drink and put, because he didn't do drugs or something like that. They thought it'd be funny if they spike his drink because they was all getting high. And then they dumped him over, you know, God forbid, they dumped him overboard and just pretended.
You and I are friends, but hang on a second. You and I are friends, but at the same time, we understand each other. We know certain parameters. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I went to your brother's house out in Long Island, right? And there we are, drinking. My liver gives out, bang! You and your brother got your brother got guns, you got drugs. You know, do you call the police to come to your brother's house, or do you put my body in the back of a goddamn truck and drop me off someplace else? Keep it real.
Keeping it real, we'd probably put your body in the back of a truck and drop you off in Queens.
Right.
Take it to Jamaica. Yeah. We'd drop you off on the back streets in Jamaica, Queens.
That's a whole fact.
That's the truth.
That's a whole
fact.
Come on.
That's a whole fact. We're not going to be able to explain our way out of this one.
No.
You know, this guy was obviously invited here. You know, he wouldn't have been here if he wasn't invited. Yeah, you'd have to get sorry, man. You know, I got love for you, but we might have to put you on the boat and take it over to City Island in the Bronx.
I already know. So that's why my theory is, with regards to Nolan Wells, maybe they didn't beat him half to death. Maybe just he couldn't handle his liquor. Maybe he was drinking quadruple shots of Jägermeister, Safé Bombay Sapphire Gin at 18, and his heart gave out. That's my theory.
Yeah, well, I think he had some liquid courage. He probably had some Henny in him or something, because, you know, he was all like, when he was on the beach, there was video of it, kicking it to a white girl. And, you know, he looked like he was confident and he was full of himself, you know. So I definitely think he might have had some Henny in him. Well, maybe they doused him with something. You know, you never know. I mean, you know, it's one black guy with all white.
Maybe he tried a perk 30 and some crank, and that was it.
They could have pulled a prank on the black dude, definitely.
Yeah.
All white guys and one black dude. Yeah, that's a fact. Because if it was the other way around, they would pull a prank on the white guy. You know, that's the way I grew up is that's the way it goes. You hang out with a bunch of black dudes, they're gonna mess with you. Somebody's gonna mess with you. If you hang out with a whole bunch of white guys and you're the only black guy, they're gonna mess with you. You know,
but you see, young black males don't take it to the extent of, I want to see you do all the drugs, dude. Come on, don't be chicken shit. You know, it's finish up
right.
Finish up, man. What are you fucking?
Right. Well, black
you chicken shit. You know, that's how white boys do. Come on.
I don't know. Some of the black guys might do the same thing a different way. They might put a gun in your head and be like, "No, go ahead, go stick that dude up over there if you want to prove you want to be down with him." That's just as crazy. Too.
Listen, I got to get back to the show. Anything else? I'm talking about a few other topics. Do you care about Cheyenne Bryant? She got a free PhD.
I love her.
Oh, really? Do you?
I love her.
Okay.
I think she's the best. She's the best thing to come out of the black woman sphere on social media for sure.
Whoa.
You know, she's a doctor. She's got her license in psychology. It's just that the university that she went to shut down, and she can't access the records. But if you see her and you hear her, and then you see her as a life coach, you can tell you can tell that she's educated and she's trained. You know.
She's certified now,
and she's
certified now.
Yeah, she's good looking.
Okay.
They're just trying to bring her down because she's a strong black woman. That's the only reason that they're trying to bring her down.
All right, I gotta go, man. Good to talk to you. Salute.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Rory tapping in. See, he kept it real, and he and I are friends. We have to do a conspiracy theory show here this afternoon. I believe that audio that Chronicle Speaks put out, she's not the type to add anything to no audio, you know, for clicks and views. She's a very, very well-respected journalist. Peace. Sharif, I got your donation. Salute to you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, hold on a second. Andre, is there a YouTube video for that banning of the bonnets and do-rags, Tuskegee University? Deeds and I were talking about that this morning. Can you find a YouTube news link? Thank you, Andre. Good to hear from you, sir. Ralph, I got your donation. Salute. Star, was there fentanyl involved? I'm not trying to disrespect the memory of this deceased young man, Nolan Wells, but there may have been fentanyl involved. You know? These drugs today that the kids are on are much more potent than the drugs that I was on back in the days, you know? So I don't know. And I don't want to know. Bill, I got your donation. Salute. He says respect, OG. Area code 646. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Talking about a few topics. Are you there? 646. Call dropped out. 6. Okay. Both calls dropped out. Boris, what's going on? Okay, Boris, yes, thank you. Boris sent me an email. David Johnson receiving an award. I recommend this film by him that I watched last night. Again, it's called Waste Man. He did about 12 to 13 years in prison. He played a character, Taylor. He was also the executive producer. And his cellmate was selling drugs. Some other guys came in, were beating on his cellie. And he just curled up in the corner didn't help his celly, and they were getting ready to cut his they cut his ear, then getting ready to cut his eye out, and said, "Where's the stash?" He shows him the stash. He shows him the stash. And then they film him punching his cellmate. So, it's a good film. Waste Man. It came out last year. If you get time, check it out. Okay. Thank you for your donation. Okay, Rory sent me this other video. I want to stay on topic here, guys. Okay, so Rory just sent me what is this here? Yeah, well, he doesn't discuss his sexuality. I don't know if he's gay or not, or bisexual. And truthfully, at this point, who cares? Who cares? Okay, Blade, I got your email. Blade, what is the count thus far with regards to American soldiers being killed with regards to Iran? Is it over 600? Okay. Max P, send an email if you got something you want to promote. We'll cut you a very, very good deal. Thank you for being a member. I will work with you, sir. Max P. Hold on a second. Where's Max P at? Okay, I can't find your comment, but yeah, just send me an email. Okay, we'll look out for you. All right. This is important with regards to, for anybody who cares, right? Chicago. Now, I know when we talk about Chicago, most people just don't care, but they are closing down several Save-A-Lot stores. Are they trying to get Black people out of those areas? The mayor just seems to be working against, foundational Black Americans. And for some reason, either they don't see it or they just are allowing this man to gut them. But let's play the video. This came out 3 days ago. Okay. Hold on a second. Here we go.
Several Save-A-Lot stores on the city's south and west sides are on track to shut down by the end of the week. The looming closures would make it even harder for residents in underserved neighborhoods to access fresh groceries. WGN's Jenna Barnes joins us live with the details. Jenna?
Yeah, Mike, the cost of living is expensive. Groceries are expensive. And the shoppers we met out in Inglewood today are frustrated that they could lose one of the few convenient and affordable grocery stores they have. Discounts and disappointment for shoppers at the Save-A-Lot store at 63rd and Halsted.
We ain't going nowhere to go. We need affordable things to be able to feed our kids.
All 7 Save-A-Lot stores operated by a company called Yellow Banana are set to shut down Saturday unless new investors step in. Save-A-Lot blaming financial challenges for ending its arrangement with the operator.
So within a 2-mile stretch, we're losing 2 grocery stores within the Inglewood community.
This one used to be a Whole Foods. It closed in 2022, and we were there as Yellow Banana was planning to open the new store. Inglewood pushed back.
We wanted something substantial, something that we knew would be viable for the community.
The city worked out a deal to give Yellow Banana $13.5 million to renovate rundown Save-A-Lot stores. Its CEO promised change.
These will be very, very different stores than what you're used to.
The Chicago Sun-Times reports he died earlier this year, and 3 years after those promises, the stores are set to close. In a statement, Save-A-Lot says they faced financial headwinds, including dramatic cuts to SNAP benefits, which have severely impacted these stores. Compared to last year, the stores have experienced a 26% decline in SNAP EBT tender types.
Obviously, our investments that we put forward to create these spaces in the first place speaks to my commitment to expanding access to fresh food. I'm certainly committed to finding ways in which we can ensure that groceries still exist in neighborhoods that have historically not had access to fresh food.
For neighbors, a solution can't arrive fast enough.
We barely have neighborhood grocery stores, and to know that they're closing more stores, it's going to be hard for a lot of people to shop. Like, what grocery stores could you really go to?
Save-A-Lot says Yellow Banana is working to find an alternative before Saturday. Shoppers are hopeful they can find a way to stay open. We're live tonight. Jenna Barnes, WGN News.
I wanted to play that video not to make fun of anybody who lives in those areas, but that's a lot of stores closing down, right? Multiple Save-A-Lot stores in the different Chicago areas. But at the same time, for me, someone my age, that's kind of embarrassing. What is happening to Black people in 2026? Again, knowing where Black people came from once upon a time, having their own, to now be so dependent on these handouts and these other things. It's shameful. Hey, when I did my California road trip, does anybody remember? I went through Compton, California, and I stopped at the grocery outlet bargain market. You guys ever heard of that in Compton? And I took a lot of video, and I spent about $100, if not more, in different things to put in my RV. Is it still open? I think 2 Black women opened it. Grocery outlet, bargain market. Compton, California. Is it still open? Anybody know? Anybody care? I went inside, and there was a Mexican cashier. I'm not laughing at the Mexican cashier. I'm just like, whoa, I thought this was a Black-owned establishment. Yes, no, maybe. Oh, Gangs of Love. Oh, man, can you call in, educate us, man? I know you know that store. I forget where I was. I was all over the goddamn place. I was in Compton. I drove through Bompton. There is a difference. I went to the Watts Towers. They're doing some renovation on the Watts Towers. Last time I went to the Watts Towers was 1990. 1990. Lord have mercy. I was out there. We drove from goddamn North Hollywood down to Watts. You know what? Pardon me. You know why I went there? I'm not going to tell you why. 3 o'clock in the morning. Looking for that powder. Watts Towers, yes, no, maybe. That's before your time. Okay. If nobody cares, I'll just keep it pushing. Oh, yeah, there's Gangs of Love right there. It's my nigga, man. Peace, man. Thank you for taking time out to call. Do you know that grocery store, or did you move out before they put that in Compton?
I moved out before then, but that store you talk about, I know it's over there on Rosecrans.
Yeah. I was there, man. I went inside.
So, yeah.
I spent $100 in change. A very nice Mexican cashier. 2 Black women opened that up. Yes, I'll Google it. Go ahead.
I believe so. Compton has been not gentrified, but it's a Hispanic area now. A lot of Hispanics took over Compton. My grandmother's house, I rent out now to some Hispanics for the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Good Hispanic people. So, Compton isn't traditionally Black like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It went from being white to Black to Hispanic, and I think they're going to end up having it within the next 20 years because as soon as they give me the right price, I'm going to sell them my grandmother's house. And I think I told you what it's valued at.
Are you serious?
I won't say it over the line, but
hold on a second. The Black-owned supermarket in Compton, grocery outlet franchise. Kia Patterson. She took ownership in 2017. Kia Patterson. It's very clean. The groceries look very fresh and everything, man. I was really kind of I shouldn't say surprised, pardon me. I was glad to see it, on my, again, California road trip. You've been through Watts, yes? Watts Towers?
Nah, I didn't go over to Watts. Not too much.
But that was a real grimy area back in the early 90s. You know that, right?
Of course. Yes, sir. Yeah. Let me say to the people that don't grow up in California, you can go to these places, but it's Chicago, LA is gangland.
Yeah.
And going in certain places, you could just get caught up in situations. So, it's unfortunate that we live in a negative frame of mind to where you're black and I'm black and we look like each other, but I can't go over to your neighborhood because of certain colors and stuff that was put before us. But, that was a long time ago, Star. Gangsta love, I don't think like that no more. I'm way past that. So now I can go in.
No, listen, I'm not trying to glorify the ignorance of it. I'm just saying at that time in 1990, when I went down there, I wasn't even aware of that particular area that I was at. And then I learned years later how dangerous it was. We were on that little, there's like a cement circle area right behind the actual wire Watts Tower. So we were sitting there for about an hour. And then years later, I started, reading up and hearing about how many people were murdered over there and stuff like that. But, it's, anyway, listen, man, Rory wants to talk. What's up?
Nah, you said you had on a red jumpsuit over there and watch you was in Crip area. So, but they gave you a pass. They seen you with.
No, that was in a different area. That was different. That was when I was giving out Kid Frost and Layla Hathaway product. But listen, why is Rory texting me? He says he wants to talk to you. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Okay. Rory, what's up, man? We got to keep the language, respectable. It's early. What are you texting me about?
Yeah, I don't know. This cat keeps texting me, man. Every time I be erasing his number and blocking it, and then he gets me from another number. Like, what's the deal? Why you keep texting me? What? You keep always threatening me and all of this. It's been going on for too long. You not no G. You not from LA. You not tough. And you ain't never gonna do nothing to me. So why are you texting me? Why are you on my dills, Nick? How about that? Why are you on this white boy's dills, Nick?
Boy, stop. You called in. You text me more than I text you. I told you to look out the window, clown. Nobody worried about you.
Text you. In my life, I never text you.
Rory, do you want me to post a text of when you text my phone?
I'm not the one threatening nobody. You shouldn't be worried about me. You talking about you coming to see me?
Oh, I'm not.
You outside my place. You standing outside the window. You's a sucker. You would never stand outside my window. It would go viral.
You scared?
I would slap the black
Are you scared?
I would slap the black
man.
off you. Straight up.
I already told you whenever you're ready, let me know.
That's what I would do.
I told you.
I would do.
I told you.
You're not from LA.
Whenever you.
I thought you guys squashed this a year ago.
Your grandmama might have sold some leg in LA once upon a time.
Jeez.
That's about it. That's about it. You's a whole mark-ass buster from LA. That's what you are. You a transplant. You watch Colors and you listen to some gangster rap. You want to be a part of that. You a cowboy, man. You a little country boy. You said if I ever met you, we would have a fight and we would go have a Budweiser afterwards. That ain't no nigga from LA.
No.
That ain't no nigga from LA. You's a sucker. You just stick to milking cows, man. Stick to milking cows and, hanging out underneath the tree with a straw hat like your ancestors. That's what you are. That's what you are.
All right, we done?
Are you done?
We done, guys? I gotta get back to the show. Can we?
Yeah, I won't respond to him, Star. He wants to play these cat and mouse games and make it sound like I'm stalking him. Man, I'll be sitting at home. Sometimes a warrior text me, and I can send you the text if you see him. But look.
Please don't send me any text messages. I don't want to be involved.
When I told you I knew where you was at, that's it. You shook. You got all shook. You started talking.
Scared of who? Scared of who? What you gonna do?
You like it, I love it. Who sounds like that? That's a country. That's a gay country.
I already told you. You got the address.
Kiss my grits.
You got the
How about
address,
that?
do
Kiss my
something with it.
grits,
What you gonna do?
You country bumpkin. Kiss my grits. You're going to end up like Nolan Wells. You keep threatening me. You can kiss my New York City Irish
I'm
grits.
scared.
You country ass nigga. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys.
Hey,
guys,
I can get you some new dental implants.
Well, hold on a second. Gangster Love, stay there. Stay there. Okay. He hung up. I was going to cut him off anyway. Well, look, man, I appreciate your calling. Anything else with regards to Nolan Wells, this audio that Chronicle Speaks put out first before TMZ? Any thoughts? I mean, it adds to a theory of mine and a conspiracy. What do you think, Gangster Love?
So start thinking that white people are these great saviors, but them being nefarious is showing. Like, we already knew that. They've been trying to pull the wool over our eyes and make us think that nothing happened. So I'm just glad that the facts are finally coming out, and we need to demand an arrest. You know, I don't know who can demand it, but they definitely need to demand an arrest, and something needs to be done. But I want to give my theory on what I think kind of transpired at this point.
Come on.
I think that one of them boys had gave him some fentanyl or some dope, and he OD'd on it. And when he died, they all panicked.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, hey, they didn't know what to do, so they panicked. They put him in the water, and they trying to wash their hands clean of it.
Yeah.
So worst case scenario, if they do get convicted, they're going to get convicted of disposing of a corpse, and, you know, which is probably a misdemeanor. But the fact that America in 2026 that they can do a cover-up is really mind-blowing. You know, black people need to move out of the state of Mississippi. Why would they be living in Mississippi after all the history that they have? Continue living there. Like, I wouldn't live nowhere in the South as far as Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. Black people shouldn't even be living in them states. They should be living everywhere else. Let the white folks have them states, because nothing good can come from there.
Before you go, Gangsta Love, can I ask you, with regards to the new Black Panther, I'm not mad at Ryan Coogler's decision. He made that decision, right? Ryan Coogler, he picked David Johnson. I think he's a good actor. Does it bother you that he's British, or is it not that big of a deal? Gangsta Love.
So I'm not a Marvel guy. I really don't care less about the movie Black Panther. I do like the other movie he made, Sinners, but as far as the whole DC comic and all that, I could care less who he hires. Okay. You know, Gangsta Love is a fair person. If you're good enough for the job, you can do it. But I think the reason that he's hiring all these black Europeans is because he can pay them less money. You know, over here, when you're an actor, you got to be in a union. So he's got to pay them certain monies so he can give those people over in Europe cheaper fees to get them to do the movie and probably have them do it just as well.
Okay.
That's my opinion on it, Star.
I appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Have a good one.
Okay. I want to finish up my theory with regards to why it is such an abundance of African and British actors getting work here in the States. And I have seen firsthand many actors want to be rappers. I've seen athletes who want to be rappers. It's like you want to connect, or so you think, connect to the hood. What's the guy's name? Antonio Brown. Superstar goddamn NFL player. He starts putting out rap music. Iman Shumpert. One of the reasons why I couldn't stand Iman Shumpert back in the days, he's putting out videos and music up on World Star. You guys remember that? By the time he got to Cleveland and finally got himself a ring, I was done with him. I said, man, this guy's a really, really good basketball player. And the list goes on and on and on of FBA or American, rappers, actors who want to be rappers. Will Smith. Why is Will Smith still rapping? We know you can rap. You know what annoyed me with the movie Odyssey in the opening scene? Travis Scott, the rapper. Yes, no. There's so many that it's almost insane. Why do you want to be rappers? Why do you want to be gangsters, killers, if you will? And I think that some of the studios, they understand this, they know this, and they want actors to be, quote unquote, Hollywood stars. I could be wrong, but I just wanted to say all that, okay? Guys, sit tight in the queue. Oh, this is one of my few female friends, Dana with the data. Hey, Dana.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Thank you for telling me. Is my stream back? It's a little issue here today.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is something on the outside, but yeah, you're back and you're clear.
Oh,
but I was on hold before then.
Okay. Okay. So, sorry about that. What's going on? I'm talking about a few topics this afternoon.
Yeah, I wanted to chime in on the Black Panther topic.
Please.
Well, you know what? I think that was a good choice. And it's already a debate online about, oh, he's not FBA, he's British and the British actor is taking American roles. Mm-hmm. But technically, this is an African role because Wakanda is in Africa, and it really supposed to be in real life the location of Congo.
Yeah.
And so, and I was commenting under people's posts on X. And, and I won't say people are upset, but they're like, oh, this is another Tether movie. But all of Black Panther is, quote unquote, a Tether movie because It is about Africa.
Right.
So he is a good actor. And then two, I wanted to see Damson Idris as Black Panther because he's sexy. But this is Black Panther's son. And so this guy, David, looks like a younger version of Chadwick, so you needed a younger face, and he does have that young face. So, yeah, and his lineage is Sierra Leone, Nigeria, so that's his lineage, Africa.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at the choice, but the film, I don't feel any connection to the film. It's just a film. It's entertainment, and and not to be hateful, but I would rather drink battery acid than go to Africa. So it doesn't mean that much to me. But Ryan Coogler, right? This was his choice.
That was his choice, yeah. Because he's very hands-on with the Black Panther series,
franchise.
And franchise, and he's doing the damn thing. And one thing I will say about Ryan Coogler is he takes everything into detail, every thought into detail. The details matter to him, the significance behind everything. Because when you look at Sinners, there were no foreigners playing those roles unless they were foreigners in that role.
Okay.
So I say that to say he's very intentional. That's a better word. He's very intentional. And I trust him with his artistry and to bring a good product and good quality to the big screen. And by the way, Black Panther was written by a white Jewish man, so it wasn't like it was a black person that created it. But I'm glad that the movie aspect series is in the hands of a black man.
Nice. Okay. Well, listen, I'm sure people are going to do what they do online. But this guy, he's got some skills, David Johnson, and he seems to be very, very humble. That's what people like in that particular world. What do you think about my theory? It's just a theory that FBA and African-American actors, they want to be rappers, killers, everything else but a movie star. Am I wrong?
I'm not going to say that you're wrong. I will say this. There's no longer how can I put this? There's no longer the intentional effort of the extracurricular activities in the schools, high schools,
Good point.
Grammar schools, that is focusing on the arts. And if you notice, they're taking the arts out of the schools. So that's where you get the bug to be an actor or just to be an artist is the arts when you're introduced to it, particularly in high school. So if you notice, that's taken out of the high schools. And if it's not in the high schools to introduce it, then they're not going to pursue that career. Now, if you are part of a certain community, the LGBT community, they're always in the arts, and that's fine. that's fine. But if you notice, you see a lot of LGBT community people in the field of Hollywood as well. So, but there was a time where you saw a lot of particularly black men, you know, who were big stars, you know, or well-known actors. But that is because of the community where they came from emphasized the art of it. And can I say one last thing about David?
Come on. Yeah.
I really enjoyed him in the show industry. That's one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
And listen, he's getting a lot of recognition because he went through his rite of passage by playing a gay character. And I hate to bring it up, but I don't hate to bring it up because that's one of the criteria now where, particularly as a black person, even white, but particularly as a black man, you have to touch on the gayness in Hollywood.
Or you have to put on a dress.
That's part of.
Or put on a dress.
Yeah. Yeah, whether it's put on a dress or whether you're portraying to be a gay man, whatever. Great actor, talent, and it's nothing against the community, but I'm just saying, when we're talking about Hollywood, it is a rite of passage. And so that could be another reason why you don't see a lot of black heterosexual men today time in Hollywood as big actors, because maybe a lot of them don't want to do that. Whereas when you have the Denzels, Isaiah Washingtons, it probably wasn't emphasized that heavy during that time like it is now.
Okay, good point. Well, all right. I mean, I just, I can't be a hypocrite because my favorite number one actor for over 30 years, the tail end of the 60s, of course, I was born in 64, but especially through the 70s, oh my God, Sidney Poitier. And, they call me Mr. Tibbs, In the Heat of the Night, To Sir with Love. And the list goes on and on and on. And then when he directed Buck and the Preacher, Sidney Poitier did a lot for foundational Black American actors. So I can't just hate on, British actors because they're here getting work. They've always been here getting work. So I just want to say all that. Hey, before you go.
Yeah, well, I wanted to just a quick 10-second comment on that.
Go ahead.
Because, you have to understand the Sidney Poitier and Harry Belafonte's and stuff, they knew the history of foundational Black American here in America, and they was down for the cause. The new actors coming in, they don't know the history. They're just learning it when they get the role. So they come with ignorance, and that's the problem.
That's a very good point, Dana. That's a very good point. Yeah. Kalan Walker. You ever heard of Kalan Walker? Is he foundational Black American? That was the guy.
I don't know who that is.
From the movie Superfly. He got sentenced to 50 years. I don't even want to say what he got sentenced for. Please don't repeat it. But, it just seems that the American Black or FBA actors, they got other things on their mind other than acting. And it's like, God damn, just be an actor. Just worry about roles and stop all the extra stuff, trying to be up in the club and, craziness. But anyway, I just had to say all that.
Yeah, I think he was an immigrant or came from parents of immigrants.
Okay. So the audio that I played, you want to comment? Did you hear it? The new Nolan Wells audio?
Yeah, I'm actually dropping a video tonight on that. Me and the judge, Man Up Mondays, we talked about it. And now it's all conspiracy theories, or they were saying in the background, pump his chest, Nolan's dead. I didn't get that from the audio.
Well,
I didn't.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay. Chronicle Speaks, who I vouch for. She does great journalism. She is the one who slowed that audio down, and she presented this, and people, including TMZ, grabbed it and then tried to claim it. And then within the last couple of hours, I went back to TMZ. Now they're saying that investigators say, no, new evidence shows he never made it to the boat. But yet and still they're not releasing evidence to us. So I'm going to go with what Chronicle Speaks put out there. Again, she does great work, and she's very, very, very credible. So until we get some real hardcore evidence or something that, shows that Nolan never made it to the boat, I gotta go with that. I think he was on the boat. I think that he was drinking too much, and I'm not trying to assassinate his character. He was drinking with some young white boys, and things got out of hand. There may have been drugs involved. I don't know. But at some point, I think that collectively, they got on code together and have decided not to talk. That's what I think.
Well, one of them is talking. Well, two of them actually. So if that is the case, if your theory is correct, the two guys that sat down with Officer Tatum, they're going to prison because they're talking and they're saying the total opposite. Now, maybe he was on somebody's boat and that could have been the cause of death, but we don't know if it was from that particular audio of that boat. And no, I'm not going to, even if you slow the audio down, you know, and people have been playing that, you know, the slow down version, you still can't hear and understand it. Now, we're not in an FBI office or a CIA office to where they can manipulate so you could, you know, have the text roll out of what was said in the background. But listening of human ears, I'm not walking away with, oh, that's what was said. You could interpret it whatever way you want, but until the evidence is released to the public, I'm not running either way. But I do want to know what happened to Nolan. I think the girl got something to do with it, but then the girl's saying, oh, he left with the friends, but the friends are saying, no, he stayed to talk to the girl.
Can I just add this to what you said? I respect everything you said, but I am going off of history and having what I claim to understand, and that is the nature of mankind. Growing up with mostly Caucasians and knowing how they can get on code fast, real fast, especially if they are aspiring senators, lawyers, judges, doctors, you know, anything that they want to, you know, to be a part of the upper class. Oh, they most certainly will denounce a black person fast, no matter how much, no matter how much you made them laugh. Oh my God, you're so funny. So just they get on code, and I'm not saying that they, but by way of any malicious intent, try to do away with Nolan's body. But I think that, you know, again, I have no proof that they may have done something that they now have to keep lying to cover up. I think both of those guys who sat down with Officer Tatum, I think they felt comfortable talking to him because they already know that his shtick, and I say that with all due respect, his shtick is to denounce racism. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, yeah, so here's the thing. Here's my theory. I do think that it was some foul play. But the question is, and, you know, people are saying, well, it was the friends he came into the island with. It was them on their boat when they were leaving. I don't think so. I think it was someone else. Either it happened on the island or whoever boat he hitched the rod back on. But I do think it was foul play. Well, who was the foul play done by? You know, so again, if those two guys who sat down running their mouth to Officer Tatum, if they feel as though, well, one of them was white, one was black. So if he feels as though I'm white and my white privilege and I'm right, he's stupid and he's going to prison if he had anything to do with it. So, you know, but again, I do think it was foul play and it probably happened on a boat, but I don't think it was the friend's boat he came in on.
Okay. Oh, did we discuss Dr. Yeah, she is a doctor now. Dr. Cheyenne Bryan. Popping her collar on these niggas and bitches now. She got herself a degree. You and I spoke about these yesterday. Did you any thoughts?
Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to hate on her because she finessed the grifting, and now the grifters, Pastor Jamal Bryan is upset. But why? Because she's grifting better than you. See, a grifter can spy other grifters. Right. So she know how the game is played. She came in, bust that door in, got the bag, continued to get the bag, got her following, and now she's throwing it up in your faces. And you know, and she laid low, and then she peeped her head up. Let me piss some other people off. It ain't my fault they didn't do the damn research. If I was board certified or not, you know. So She had the gift of gab, and she looked good, and she finessed everybody with the looks and the gift of gab.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. I appreciate you, Dan.
Yes.
I appreciate you, Dan.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you.
Bye now. Okay. Yeah, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. We have to call her doctor now. The president of the Indiana Southwest Christian University gave her a free PhD. Can I play the interview, guys, with Mark Lamont Hill and the president? I'm still taking your calls with regards to the new Black Panther, David Johnson. What else do I just wanted to mention this to you guys. Remember I did a review on the new Supergirl film. It wasn't trash, but it didn't work for me. Well, since then, I started watching House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon with Millie Alcock, who plays Supergirl now. She's a decent actress. Number 9, are you out there, Jean Richmond? She's Australian. I think she did 6 or 7 episodes of House of the Dragon. Now, this man may not have come out of Lord of the Rings or something like that. I don't know that whole arena, but she's a decent actress. Millie Alcock. Patience. Hold on a second. Patience. Okay, you're talking about Dr. Cheyenne Bryant's PhD is not real, so I'll be goddamned. Be goddamned. I'm going to play the interview. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for being a member. The school is a Christian university, so it's not recognized. I think that's what you're talking about. Recognized by the state, but it's recognized by some other board. But just bear with me. Let me see if this is area code 440. Good afternoon. Is that who I think it is?
Здравствуйте, старик. How are you?
Boris, the man who I want to speak to. Are you up to speed? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, who you've had interaction with, and let's be very sensitive because she now has an official PhD. Is that what you're calling, Boris?
Correct. Star, I would like for you to do me a favor and please check your inbox because I have dropped a bombshell over there. Please open it and click the 2 links that I have sent to you. The grift never stopped with this broad. Please check the email.
Yeah, I played the video earlier with her. Okay, so you're talking
No, not the video. I recently sent you 2 links to show that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant has purchased her cap and gown from Amazon for $121.
Right. Yes, I saw that. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So, yes. So, as the previous commentator stated, this university is not even credited.
Right.
She has a degree in theocentric psychology, which has something to do with religion. As the Constitution states, the separation from church and state, they cannot interfere. So whatever degree she has, she can claim it. But if you delve deeper into how she obtained it, she is the first and only recipient of the PhD from this school.
Right.
And she received it not by means of rigorous coursework, because of her life experience.
Right.
And Star, I have a background in psychology, and though we keep it professional here, and though we do not assess people with disorders, I can tell you with 95% confidence that she's exhibiting narcissistic personality disorder, and I can give you the criterion. Would you like for me to give you?
Hold on. Now, your word is good with me. You do great research. You're a credible source, and I hear you. But she got herself a PhD from this. He's a lick, and she never even spoke to him. Did you see the interview? I'm going to play it that he did with Mark Lamont Hill. You watched it?
I did. Yeah, I mean, whatever you played, I watched it. But before you play that, or if you want, you can play it now, and I'll chime in later.
I'm gonna play this because Mark Lamont Hill did a good job, grilling him, and this guy answered all the questions. Close to 250 students at this university. It just opened up in either April or May. But he gave her a PhD. This is not an honorary PhD. It's official. So,
Sir, did you pay attention to the video with Cheyenne Bryant at the wall full of blurred degrees?
Yes.
Do you know why she blurred them out? For legal reasons, and because she did not want for her audience to check the date, the institutions.
Right.
It is a clear spit in the face, and salute to Dana, but I have a problem when you laugh at your own community and you encourage such behavior. You say she got her weight up, yeah, but she is doing that towards your own people. She is robbing your own people. So what are you encouraging her for?
Okay. Well, listen, Boris, I want to play the video. You're welcome to call back, but just give me 10 minutes, all right? Because I do want to.
No problem.
I'll
call you.
Salute. Okay.
Bye-bye.
This is Mark Lamont Hill interviewing the president of the university that gave Cheyenne Bryant her PhD. Here we go.
Rather than guess, I said, let me bring the man in himself. Let me bring the brother in himself who could help us understand what's going on. So joining us right now is Bishop Jaquel Pitts, who is the president of the university in question. Bishop Pitts, thank you for joining me, and thank you especially for joining me on short notice.
You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for having me, Dr. Hill.
It's a pleasure. Please call me Mark. I'm not into the titles too much. It causes problems.
Okay.
So talk to me. I'm sorry, we live, so I'm working out the light situation as we talk.
Okay.
First of all, what is the institution that you are president of?
Indiana Southwest Christian University is an institution that I am the president of. It's a private Christian university. It's not like secular universities that offer a vast array of subjects like business and biology. It only offers subject matters that pertains to fields in ministry, spiritual counseling, theology, Christian education, church administration, sacred music, Christian art, canon law, church communications, spirituality, and social work. So it's Christ-based. It's not a secular-based institution.
Continue, please. I didn't mean to interrupt.
So we only offer religious-based degrees, and we are recognized by the state of Indiana. I believe I've sent your team official documentation from the state of Indiana recognizing our university. So Dr. Bryant's false claims that we're not registered or recognized in the state, I just want to provide education. So a religious institution or a private Christian university can apply for religious exemption that allows them to operate without any formal secular accreditation. And in regard to receiving federal student aid funds, there are certain institutions that choose not to participate in that process, and so they go by a process of religious exemption. So what we have is official religious exemption from the state of Indiana, which we provided a copy of the letter to your team. If you don't have it, I'll resend it.
Yeah, I have it right here. Let me pull up this letter, because as I'm trying to zoom it in for my audience here. But as I'm reading said letter, it explains what religious exemption is, and it says that it will allow organizations and institutions to be exempted if they have a clearly religious nature, which you're saying you all are. The one thing that it seemed to me, though, that came up at the end of the letter, if I'm not mistaken, is that they will now review your case to see if they will give you the exemption. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct. What the letter, based on my interpretation, stated that if there's anything that modifies with the curriculum that we are disseminating, there will be a further review, because the curriculum has to be strictly religious in nature in order for us to receive the religious exemption.
Okay. So as of now, you're saying that the organization has been granted a religious exemption and is accredited by the Indiana's Commissioner on Higher Education.
What I'm stating is that we have been granted a religious exemption by the state of Indiana, as verified in the letter. In regard to accreditation, we have accreditation, but it is not recognized by the United States Department of Education. There is no actual mandate. There is actually no mandate of accreditation. We are not mandated to have accreditation recognized by the United States Department of Education. There's also religious institutions that specifically object to secular accreditation. But we do have accreditation, but it's not recognized by the United States Department of Education. However, there is no law mandating accreditation.
Okay, understood. So you are not accredited, but you are exempted from those by the accredited organization, and you're standing in that as a principal choice, not as like a we're not good enough to be accredited. You're saying we're not based on our religious nature.
No, we are accredited, but we're not accredited by secular accreditation that's recognized by the United States.
By the people that accredit. So just so our audience understands, I'm not trying to nitpick and then I'll move on. Most universities are accredited by certain bodies. Y'all aren't accredited by those bodies. Y'all are accredited by somebody.
Yeah,
else.
those are called. Yeah, I'm very familiar with that. They're classified as regional accrediting bodies. We're not accredited by regional accrediting bodies for two reasons: due to our religious beliefs and because there's actually no law mandating accreditation.
Okay, fair enough.
But we are accredited by a religious form of accreditation that accreditates religious degrees.
Understood. I have here a copy of Dr. Bryant's doctoral diploma.
Yeah, doctorate degree.
Yeah, doctoral degree. I'm sorry, but it's a diploma. But yeah, it's a doctoral degree for sure. I mean, it's definitely paper. And it says Indiana Southwest Christian University hereby confers upon Cheyenne Bryant the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Theocentric Psychology. So on your on the email you sent, you all offer Doctor of Education and Doctor of Philosophy, correct?
Correct.
But here on the paper, it doesn't say that. It says Doctor of Psychology.
That is correct. So for this particular case, we decided to offer a Doctor of Psychology degree to Theocentric Psychology. This particular case is a very profound case. Just to give some background on why I even made this decision. It's because this has been talked about matter for for a consecutive amount of years. And I took the initiative upon myself because she has 2 honorary doctorate degrees. I took the initiative upon myself to give her a earned doctorate degree. In her interviews that she possesses online, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. If you go back to her previous video, she says, I'm a doctor of psychology. I'm a doctor of psychology. So that was the primary reason why the degree is classified as a doctor of psychology, because I wanted to validate her self-fulfilled prophecy. And also is there are individuals who doubted the validity of her degree. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to step up and I'll grant her a degree. And now there's proof that she actually has a degree.
So doctors, your university doesn't give doctors of psychology, but you've given one, and that one is to Cheyenne Bryant because of her self-fulfilled prophecy.
No, we provide doctor of psychology degrees, but it's rare that students elect to pursue that degree.
How many doctors of psychology have you given ever?
Only one. So literally the university was created.
And who's that one? Is it Cheyenne Bryant?
Cheyenne Bryant. The university was just established in May of 2026. So in regard to Dr. Bryant's.
I have to jump in. Thank you for being patient. Had to go into the kitchen and get myself a McDonald's fried apple pie. Mammy is so good to me. I got to tell you about this later before I shut the show down. Mammy makes sure I get my fried apple pie. Anyway, thank you for your comments. This is the Mark Lamont Hill interview. Guys, isn't Mark Lamont Hill a doctor? He's I'm pretty sure he's still a professor at Temple University. Is Mark Lamont Hill a doctor? People taking shots at FBA. Salute to this FBA degree scam. Y'all said FBA don't stick together. Oh, that's a hard comment. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hold on a second. Just want to make sure I didn't miss any donations. Thank you for your patience. Okay, let's continue on here.
narrative about the school not being registered, it was just started in May of 2026. So it's not going to have any type of standing online. It was just established in May of 2026.
How many doctors have you given out total since May?
Only one.
So in the history of this school, which started
in May
8 weeks ago,
yes,
you've given out one degree, and that is to Cheyenne Bryant. So if you've only been open for 8 or 9 weeks, how have you been able to do an earned doctorate? I mean, I understand an honorary doctorate because that's based on life contributions, social contributions, status, etc. But an earned doctorate is usually done through coursework. You couldn't do coursework in 2 months.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with what's required of an earned doctorate. It usually takes 4 to 6 years.
Yeah.
But as a private Christian university, we actually reserve the right to waive traditional policies and procedures. So how we conducted that particular decision was we initiated a process called prior learning assessment and credit for prior learning. And what that is that's an assessment on one's previous work in the field of psychology or theocentric psychology. And that is a process where we grant credits based on their vocational experience, their career background. There was also a forensic analysis conducted on the therapy sessions and life coaching sessions conducted by Cheyenne Bryant, and she has approximately 20 or more publicly available. And we made the assessment based on her prior learning and her work in the field of psychology to provide her with this Doctor of Psychology and Theocentric Psychology degree. It's a very rare occurrence, but because it's a very controversial subject matter, we decided to take the step up and give her what she rightfully earned. We were compelled by her story about Arkansas University not providing transcripts and not having records. So we stepped up and gave her transcripts and her degrees.
Did you attempt to get her, when you applied, did you look at any of her transcripts?
I didn't actually have access to her transcripts. I didn't have access to her transcripts.
Why not?
That is a very tedious process to even acquire someone's transcripts. I have to contact previous universities. But what we did was made aware of is that she does have.
You just go online and you type the name. You type the name. You enter it. You give them, like, I think, a small fee. It takes about 5 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately, we wasn't able to do that. However, we are aware that she does have a master's in psychology from the University of Phoenix, based on the viral Netflix video that she posted. If you look closely in the background, you see her master's of psychology degree. What we did
affirmed her master's degree by zooming in on a Netflix video.
Yes. She claims on her public biography that she has a master's in psychology from University of Phoenix. And when you look on the video, you'll see it. Also, we did confirm her attendance at the doctoral level of her participating in courses at Arkansas University as a doctor, as there are various students who stated that she was in the same class. So that's verification that she attended doctoral level classes at Arkansas University. So that was one of the determining factors. I'm not aware of that, but however, based on her competency.
What if she attended all the classes and didn't pass any of them?
Based on her competency level and her aptitude level demonstrated in the videos, we're pretty sure that she passed the courses.
Are you a psychologist?
I am a therapist.
Are you trained as a psychologist?
I am trained as a psychologist.
So what do you look for? Because I'm not. That's what I'm asking. So what do you look for to know if someone has demonstrated competency in the field?
So number one, are you presenting psychological theories? Are you talking about behavioral theories? Are you demonstrating ideas about personality? Are you demonstrating ideas about motivation? Are you providing solutions to behavioral issues that exist? Now, what we will say is she may not be an elite psychologist, but there are certain factors such as the solutions that she provided to couples.
Would you consider an expert or below an expert?
I'm going to say that she's competent in the field of psychology.
Okay. But the reason I ask is because you gave her a doctorate degree. So if you're not an expert or not elite, then why would you get a doctorate degree in it?
Well, I'm not implying that she's not an expert. I never said.
Let me jump in here for a second. Folks, if there's anybody out there that has online universities or any type of organization and you would like to give me an honorary degree, please contact me via email. I would be more than happy to promote your platform. This is how it works. He never met Cheyenne Bryant, never spoke to her, just gave her a PhD. Now he's getting clout. We now know who he is. In case you don't know, this is the president of the Indiana Southwest Christian University, who gave Cheyenne Bryant a real PhD. Hold on.
That she's not an expert, but
But you're not saying she is.
I am not qualified to make that determination.
You're the president of the university that gave her the degree, and you're saying you're a doctor, you have a doctorate, and you're in psychology, and you're a trained therapist. So if you're not qualified to do it, then how are you qualified to give her the degree?
I'm definitely qualified to give her the degree. As far as an expert,
how are you qualified to give her the degree?
I'm the president of the university. We made the executive decision. It's within our right. We're a private Christian
I know
university.
you have the right to do it, but we're talking about like qualification in terms of expertise and knowledge. You're saying you're not qualified to assess whether she's an expert or not.
The reason why I state that is because I firmly believe, as someone who is a psychologist, that you should have a presidential position in the American Psychological Association to make that determination, as that's usually made during licensure, and they validate the aptitude and the eliteness and the competency levels and the informational techniques on whether or not you're profound in your field, because there's a difference between earning a doctorate and being licensure. Those are two different things.
Oh yeah, we done went down the licensure road, Doc. I'm with you. We agree wholeheartedly on that. Where did you get your doctorate from?
I got my doctorate from Northwestern Christian University. I also have another one from Atlanta College of Liberal Arts and Sciences.
Okay. And your doctorate is in what?
I have a doctorate in counseling and a doctorate in business administration.
Okay. Is that university similar to the one that you run now?
No.
The one you got your counseling degree in, is it accredited?
It is accredited.
By whom?
That I don't work for Northwestern Christian University. I only attended there. I don't know.
Is it one of them regional ones that most schools have, or is it like a religious one? That's what
it is. It's a regional accredited. It's a regionally accredited institution.
Okay, cool. And when did you get it?
I got it in 2021. I also have a postgraduate degree in educational psychology from Liberty University. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of Liberty University.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
Yeah. So how did you connect? And now I'll ask you about Jamal Bryant. How did you connect with Dr. Because there's a lot of Bryants here, a lot of Dr. Bryants here.
Okay. This is very, very important. This is the last part. Pay attention. Mark Lamont Hill is doing a great job. This is a very good interview. He just asked him, how did he come into contact with Dr. Bryant? I'm running back just a little bit. Hold on.
A postgraduate degree in educational psychology from Liberty University. I'm pretty sure you probably heard of Liberty University.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
That one I've heard of.
Okay.
Yeah. So how did you connect? And now I'll ask you about Jamal Bryant. How did you connect with Dr. Because there's a lot of Bryants here, a lot of Dr. Bryants here. How did you connect with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant? How did this happen?
How did this occur was I did a qualitative research on who was speaking about Cheyenne Bryant. So what I did was I looked online, who's talking about Cheyenne Bryant, who's releasing press releases about Cheyenne Bryant. One of the most notorious media platforms that was discussing about Cheyenne Bryant was Dr. Jamal Bryant. So I decided to send him an email and inform him of what occurred. Also, it was very personal because I didn't really believe in his behavior and his decision-making. He's a pastor. And so for him to criticize Dr. Cheyenne Bryant about and speculate on whether or not she had a degree, I don't think that was Christ-like, as that's a huge contradiction in the Christian.
He's dancing around the question. Mark Lamont Hill asked him, how did you come into contact with Cheyenne Bryant?
Tenets You're not supposed to deteriorate and be derogative towards your fellow Christian. So I didn't necessarily agree with that stance. But because he took the stance on, apologize about placing her on the platform. Because he took that stance, I want to provide him with the information. Hey, here's the proof. She has a degree.
So basically, you were saying if she don't have a degree, instead of crapping on her, we're gonna get her the degree.
We're gonna get her a degree because she's our sister, and what occurred, what the narrative that she projected is unfortunate. I'm not someone who's going to try to fact check on whether or not what she said is true or not. That's not my job. What she said was there was a university who fraudulently manipulated her. And not at one time did no one step up and say, this is our sister. We're going to try to help you get your degree, or we're going to try to help retrieve your degree. Instead, the masses criticized her, and not one university stepped up and gave her an earned degree. There were two that gave her honorary doctorates, but not one stepped up and said, hey, we could attempt to acquire the transcripts in the National Student Clearinghouse and see what
this nigga's a simp. Pay attention.
Type of credit she got and grant her access, grant her credits. Nobody stepped up. Instead, they just criticized.
Let me raise a hypothetical, and it's just a hypothetical.
Okay.
If she doesn't have the degree and she wasn't telling the truth, how would you feel?
I will forgive her. Because
would you want to give her this degree that you gave her?
Yes, because of her circumstances. She possessed. Go ahead.
No, please.
He's not just a simp. He's a lick. He's a lick.
She endured extenuating circumstances.
Oh my God.
I cannot verify if she had the earned degree from Argosy, but what occurred to her was very devastating. And I know if it was me that occurred, my heart would be broken. And so this has been a very controversial issue. And I just wanted to attempt to assist and provide support where I can as the president of Indiana Southwest Christian University. And it's unfortunate because that could have been a situation where she probably stopped her studies at all. She probably just stopped because when you look at her,
have you spoken to her directly?
No, I have spoken to her directly. Yes, I have actually spoken to her directly. Have you spoken to her
directly since the school's been open?
No.
Okay, so you've just spoken to her in life. You haven't spoken to her as president of the university.
Yes, correct. This was actually a surprise.
Does she know? Oh, so she doesn't even know you gave her this degree.
She doesn't even know.
Got it. Okay, so
as you guys would say, bruh. JR Cigar, thank you for your patience. Are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir? Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Hey, man. Good to hear from you. I have the new custom wooden ashtray here in my hands.
Yes, sir. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I got that created so when you're able to smoke your cigars, you can have it to put and hold your cigars while you're smoking. If you want to just put it down,
right.
That's the Accuracy wooden cigar ashtray. Yeah, that's my newest item, and it's been selling fast.
Nice.
So I had to restock. I've been selling. So
nice.
But I wanted to chime in on, like you said, the lick.
Yeah, he's a lick.
The guy, he's a super lick. And the bad part, the real tragedy to the story, Star, is that all it shows. What's this new thing with the girls? The pretty privilege.
Right.
If you're pretty, you have privilege, and not even talking about her behavior, the way she's been acting, how she's been like really disrespectful and cursing people out, and acting sassy, and no class. She has no class. This woman has no class. He did not deserve that. But you know what? He sent it out to her. I'm not mad at her. I'm mad at him because he's a super simp. He ain't a simp. He's a super duper simp.
If I were 25 years younger, I would holler at her. She stands on business.
No, she's a hustler. I give her that. She's a hustler.
Yeah.
And listen, the guy gave her a degree. I don't agree with it. All it's doing is creating more bad behavior. But listen, it is what it is. I don't like it, you know. And I want to talk about the Black Panther thing with Mr. David Johnson.
David Johnson, the new Black Panther. Yes.
Yeah, I had no problem with that star. He's actually a really good actor. He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
He might be even a better actor than Damson Idris. Even though I think Damson Idris is a hell of an actor. They're all British.
Okay.
And I'm going to say something controversial. I think the British actors are better than the American actors. And the reason why...
Whoa, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Now, earlier I presented a theory that the British actors and the Africans, you know, those who are not necessarily British subjects, they're focused on the craft of acting. The FBA and the African-American actors, they want to be rappers, they want to be drug dealers, they want to be everything but a goddamn actor. I mean, it's insane if you ask me. Go ahead.
Well, the reason why I can say that stuff because when I was in high school, I took up acting class.
Okay.
I took up acting, directing, technical theater, and stage production.
Okay.
I was an actor. And you're right. They are more focused. They can change their voice at the drop of a dime. As much as I love Denzel always sounds like Denzel. Idris Elba, all these other British guys, I don't know how they do it, but they can go from sounding British to sounding like that's incredibly hard to do, Star.
Okay.
To change your voice like that. That takes the mental acuity and the mental dexterity to do that. That's very hard as an actor. So that's why I said these guys are better actors than their American counterparts. So I'm not mad at David Johnson. He's a great actor. I think he's going to be great as Black Panther. And Ryan Coogler, he probably knows this. And Ryan Coogler is about his art. So, and he's an artist. So that's why I have no problem with that. I think it's going to be good.
If I can jump in here for a second, there may be, and I have considered what you've said before, but even more so now in today's day and time, we have the younger generation coming up here in America, FBA, African American, what have you, and their grammar is horrible. It's horrible.
It is.
So with regards to what you just said, and I'm sitting here thinking, you know, another one of my favorite actors is Sir Anthony Hopkins, and in a brilliant film he made years ago called The Remains of the Day, he played a butler.
Great film.
Oh,
that was
my
a great
God.
film.
One of my top 20 greatest films of all time. But then when he portrayed Dr. Luther in Silence of the Lambs, he had a
Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter. He had a totally different accent. So I just wanted to champion what you were saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, these guys are good actors. They're great. And like you said, they are more focused. Even me as an actor, I wasn't truly focused. So I totally agree with that star. And FBA did it to themselves. They did it to themselves like we always do. We're not focused. We're too busy trying to do everything. We're scatterbrained. We need to just focus on one thing. And listen, I'm not mad at Ryan Coogler. And it's going to be really good. I think David, he's going to do that role justice. He's going to do that role good justice. And I just want to tell everybody, go to my website, www.accuracysmokes.com.
Yes, sir.
Go to their premium cigars from Dominican Republic. Get some while you can. I'm selling out fast. I'm going to have to go get more. But I'm just, get some for your business partner, your colleague, or your husband. I just want to thank you, Star.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the show.
Thank you, man.
And salute and have a great afternoon. Thank
Yes,
you, sir.
Thank you. JR Cigar from AccuracySmokes.com. Guys, if you want to be a sponsor, reach out via email. We do custom promotion and marketing for you guys. And we've been promoting a lot of books in the last 60 days. Many, many books here. Oh, big Jane deal. I got your packages. Loyalty Trucking, I got your donation. He says Lamont is doing what Officer Tatum should have done. Okay. Life after death when bodyguarding a hip-hop star. You guys see that? Let me put it over here. Big Gene just sent me that. My cousin's book, Supernova Slum, Man, Heal Thyself. This is a great book. As you get older, there's so much you need to know here about health, wellness, and other things. Guys, sit tight in the queue. Okay, another book from Big Gene. You guys see that? Salute to King Flex, Tyreek Nasheed. He sent me his book. I purchased a couple of microphone check DVDs. Salute to King Flex. Ding Dong Ditch. Another book we're promoting. Okay. We do pretty good promoting females' books as well. Ladies, if you're out there, just reach out via email. Okay. Okay, so someone sent me a YouTube link. I will get to that shortly. Hold on. Okay, AG TV. Responding to his email. Area code 201. Is that Rob Lowe tapping in?
Star, peace. What's good? How you feeling?
Peace. Good to hear from you, man. Where do you want to start?
Hey, listen, I know you said don't go at other callers, and I'm not going to go at the other caller. You know, I support what he does, trying to become an entrepreneur and sell his stuff, but I can't let that stand where you're thinking that UK actors are better than Black American actors.
Okay.
I think there's a confusion here about niggas and Black people, and because niggas are the biggest thing that's going now, everybody's a nigga, or if they're not doing this. The UK actors are great actors. They deserve the awards and the accolades. But that is not to say that they are better, or that just because a handful of them are good actors and we like them portraying niggas on screen, that they are better actors than the actors that we have here.
Okay.
And they're really all just Black actors. But you're not going to tell me that Idris Elba is better than Wood Harris or his brother, Wesley Snipes, Samuel L. Jackson. You know, okay, Denzel Washington might have gotten to a niche where you want to see Denzel Washington play different actors, but he's really playing himself. That's fine.
Okay.
But there are a lot of American Black actors that go through the field of theater before they become TV show, movie actors. And it's not all that easy for them to get in the way that some of these Brits have gotten in.
Can I ask you a question? Are the British Black actors cheaper and more versatile, if you will?
No, they just might be more agreeable.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean that they take pay cuts or anything like that. It just might be that, you know, everybody has baggage that they bring with them. The British actors is just different. You know, their whole dream might have been to come to America. So when they get here, they're very happy to be here, you know, and, you know, but I mean, that's neither here nor there, because I don't need to hear about your backstory until you win an award, you know, and even then I'm not really interested. If you do good work, I'll appreciate your good work.
Let me jump in here for a second. I can respect what you're saying, and it's not our fault. You are a very knowledgeable young man. and I strive to be, but it's not our fault that niggers have won the war here in America. Niggers won. We put up a great battle over the years, black people. We put up a great battle, but niggers won the war. We've already had this conversation with regards to Dr. Claude Anderson. He said it, permanent underclass. So niggers have won the war, and what now? Because there are many good foundational Black American, African American actors. Shouldn't they be focused on building? Never mind the plantation. Build your own nation. It hurts me at my age to see Black people having regressed, in my opinion, because I know, especially back in the 60s and the 70s, Atlantic City was popping long before they put up all those goddamn casinos. 125th Street wasn't the only place that Black businesses, Black fish markets were thriving, many places in Philadelphia. Should they be focused on their own as opposed to if Hollywood's going to let them in or not?
Okay, so you said a lot there.
I said a lot.
Should we be building our own? Of course, but like you always say, that's that old shit. Everybody's out for self now, so that gets played out in a theater of social media. It's entertaining to watch a lot of this violence and ignorance, and when it's being put on a platform where everybody can see it. It's like a wildfire. It's not as bad. Look, there are good people out there, man. I'm not one of them people where I'm looking at the world and I'm like, yo, it's the end, it's over. I might say that from time to time.
I am.
Like,
I am. I'm looking.
How did this? Right, but you see, at the same time, it's not nine out of 10 are niggas. It's not that. Sure. It's just that they are much louder. They're given a platform. So when they're given the platform, they tap dance that much harder. So they're put out on Front Street. And as you can see, even with some of the people that call your show, some of these niggas that are calling your show are not niggas. They're just acting like that, because they want the.
And I encourage them to be a part of the madness, and so partially, I want the bullshit at certain times, because if I sat here and I spoke about politics, finance, and other things, I wouldn't get no views. The phone would not ring. So I have to, appeal at different times to different audiences. Absolutely. But
listen,
hold on
I've been with you.
Hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you short. It really hurts, man, to see Jonathan Majors not popping right now. What an actor. Oh my God. Okay, he made a mistake. He roughed up a white woman, but God damn, dog. Why isn't he back into the mix? And the other guy from Grey's Anatomy, I forget his name, he just said something about some white gay
Isaiah.
guy. Isaiah. What a phenomenal actor. But it hurts me.
There's a lot. There's a lot. Like what you're saying, it's very. These are the things that where people have befallen certain, like that fell out the air on them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jonathan Majors was running away. His mistake was even letting her in the door. He was damned from when he got her phone number.
Right.
So these are the things that befall certain actors, and that's not to say he's still a great actor. Like if you watch some of his stuff, he's a great actor. But hey, look, that's what happens in America, That's what happens in America.
Another one of my favorite actors, hold on a second, even though he was born in New York City. You ever heard of Yaphet Kotto?
Yes. From Alien. And he also did that movie with Richard Pryor where they were working on the cars, and he was a great actor.
Well, hold on.
Not going to take anything away from him.
Hold on. 1973, when Live and Let Die came out with Roger Moore, Yaphet Kotto was the black villain. And
the first.
Yes. Oh my God. What an incredible actor.
He was the first.
Yes. He passed away, for those who don't know, for those who care. He was also I'm trying to think, where's his family from? Well, he's born in New York City. Panamanian, pardon me, and Antiguan. What a phenomenal actor he was, man. I just had to say that, man, because, I'm rooting for FBA, but at the same time, man, Sidney Poitier was my guy, dog. I don't give a fuck about none of these FBA niggas when it comes to Sidney Poitier. Take your time, man. Land your plane. And did you want to address the audio with regards to Nolan Wells?
Well, yeah, I'll go into the Nolan Wells thing. Yeah, like I mentioned it before. You should never go anywhere. You shouldn't go with white people into the forest, and you definitely shouldn't go anywhere where they are anywhere from 70% up in majority in a social setting. The thing is that they have a different threshold for pain, and the whole thing, like with the drinking and the drugs and all of that. And I don't know if they killed him. They might have just gave him something, and he might have got killed by mistake, and then they turned around and panicked and like, yo, just get him out of here, man, and dumped him in the water.
Yeah.
See, with white people, when it comes to them and partying, it's never a planned thing. It's just that anything can happen at any moment.
Right.
That's why you have to have your eyes open. And that's the same thing with the women. When you're around white women, anything could go down. It could be great, or it could be the worst night of your life. And that's where I'll end it.
Good to talk.
I hope his family finds some type of peace and some type of justice. But in a situation like this, where you see that they have closed the ranks, that's probably where the grandfather who had the boat comes into play, and they all know each other, whether people want to believe it or not, especially in those type of towns where some of those people in the town, their family established the town.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hard. Something might shake loose, but it's gonna be interesting to watch. Salute, Star.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Thank you. Okay. Rob Lowe tapping in. Deeds, I'm sending you a email. Speaking of white people, Rob Lowe said, don't hang out with a lot of white people. Well, I'm not going to say don't hang out with a lot of white people. I used to, go to swimming parties and all that sort of jazz with my Caucasian associates in Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and a little town called Fanwood. You guys ever heard of Fanwood and Westfield? The trick is don't drink excessively with young Caucasian males, and whatever you do, don't ever let them pass you a joint. Don't do that. I never got caught out there like that, but I've seen a couple of guys, think they're smoking a joint and start wigging out. We used to call it wigging out. Wigging out. I got some stories. William, I got your donation. William says Dr. Bryant got a third degree from a hot comb. Okay. Hey, Penelope, I got your donation. So if I can send your email to Dana, I mean, it's not that deep. Okay. But thank you. I appreciate Dana for all that she does. I'm not going to critique something just because you didn't like what she said, but thank you. Area code 310. Good evening. Are you there? We're having a discussion. Please watch the language. 310.
Salute,
Salute, Star. Salute. Old school. Long time, first time, sir.
Okay.
Couple of things. I can give you some insight on the British actors. 30-year veteran of show business.
Okay.
I've done everything but headline a film and SAG after a equity stage. I've done everything.
Okay.
They like the British actors because they are trouble free. They're not. They train differently over there. The Royal Art Academy, Dramatic Arts Academy. They train. They're different, right?
Okay.
So they bring them over, and there is a little less drama. Now, that's not right. You know, a lot of people. Actually, somebody else did investigation of why are British actors taking over Hollywood. White folks too now. White folks too.
Okay.
I think Tom and Denzel might be the only American-born actors that are like headlining right now. And when they're gone, and Sam Jackson, you know, some of those folks. But when they're gone, you know, all the rest of those cats are all British. Even all of them. Harriet Tubman, Cynthia, you know, that woman, and all of these guys, David, all those guys. So can black actors do the work? Of course they can.
Okay.
Of course they can. Sterling K's out there. There's other cats out there doing the thing, but a lot, Domingo, you know, Coleman Domingo, but that's a whole nother conversation about.
Is that the guy who just played Joe Jackson in the new movie Michael?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's a full-blown homo.
Yes, sir.
He's married?
Yes, sir. And he has his daddy. Yeah. All of that.
I didn't like him playing Joe Jackson based upon that. Okay, listen.
And no disrespect. He's a good actor, but there's a reason why some people get on and don't, you know. But but he's trying to do a live action Princess and the Frog. Yeah. So they get entree into it, and they like them because look, they can do an American, you know, they can do an American actor. Idris had to lie about being British to get The Wire.
Okay.
Because he felt like once they found out he was British, they wouldn't put him down. But if you watch The Wire, you could hear a little bit of it coming through every now and then. Right? You go, okay, wait a minute, where's that guy from? You know, so as opposed to Wendell being from like Louisiana and all those cats, there was a difference, but it worked for the show. Wood, all those guys, some of the other cats that have been working for years and years and years. Yeah, they don't get the shine like the British actors do, and they just think they're a little better. I don't know what it is, but
listen,
it's not good.
I appreciate your insight, and you've been acting for how many years? Are you still active?
Oh, at least 30. If I can get a gig every now and then. I was in LA for about 16 years, and I moved back east. Hey, I grew up. I went to Plainfield High.
Say again.
I went to Plainfield High.
Oh, Plainfield. Okay.
Yeah, so our paths, I lived in Sleepy Hollow, so our paths probably crossed a little bit.
Nice.
I learned how to play golf at Plainfield Country Club.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's just a theory.
But,
it's just a theory of mine. I mean, I know it's not all FBA or African American actors, but it just seems that they're focused on rapping. You know, I mean, okay, you can be in a good movie, but at some point you're putting out it used to be a mix CD, or you're spitting a freestyle. I don't want to see that shit. Just be an actor, you know. And it's like you're trying to be a part of the lower vibrations, you know, to keep it real. But hey, man, I appreciate the call.
Salute.
Thank you.
Yeah.